Justin and Hailey Bieber's relationship has always had its issues. It's rumored that Justin cheated on Selena Gomez with Hailey, and Justin would repeatedly go back and forth between the two women. Hailey and Justin were first romantically linked in 2014, but in 2016 they had an awful breakup. Negative things happened that we still need to talk about and work through, Hailey later told Vogue of their split. Fizzled would not be the right word, it was more like a very dramatic excommunication, she explained. There was a period where if I walked into a room, he would walk out. Now in May 2018, she also told the Times UK that the pair went through a long time where we weren't friends, adding that there was a lot of weirdness that went on. Then Justin ended up getting back together with Selena, and they were off and on again, and then Justin seemed to forget about Hailey. Now Selena and Justin rekindled their romance again, which lasted from October 2017 until March 2018. Shockingly though, Hailey and Justin announced that they were engaged months later. The timeline of it all is really weird, and there have even been rumors that Justin proposed to Selena, but she said no, so they broke up, and then he went back to Hailey and proposed to her with the same ring meant for Selena. Now, whether or not this actually happened, this relationship was just messy. Now, Justin and Hailey got married in September 2018, later having a big celebration in 2019. But since then, there have been many different events that have made people question their marriage to each other. A lot of people thought Hailey and her family were using Justin. Now everyone knows about Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin's money issues. Now at one point, Stephen's net worth was at negative $2 million. Negative. How does that even happen? I don't know. Now, her family, who had lots of money, suddenly didn't. And what does Justin have? Lots of money. Also, what's strange is that Justin and Hailey did not get a prenup, which I feel like was a bad idea on Justin's end, as he currently has a net worth of $485 million. Last year, a couple years ago, he sold his music publishing and recording catalog shares to the Blackstone-backed Hypnosis Song Fund for $200 million. Some people suspect that he did this so he could buy it back after his divorce with Hailey. Now many people have called her a gold digger and believe that she doesn't really love Justin but is using him for money and to boost her career, because so many people didn't even know who she was until the pair got married. In many photos and videos, it also seems like Justin isn't too friendly with his wife Hailey on the red carpet. She speaks to him and he doesn't say anything or walks away, barely ever smiles, and rarely gets close to her. Now you'd think as a couple they'd have their hands around each other or even hold hands, but nope. Again, when Hailey and Justin are out in public, it really seems like he doesn't care about her. This has been shown in many videos from the Paparazzi, as he once hilariously shut a car door on Hailey, who was getting out behind him, and the other time he ran away from the paparazzi skateboarding without Hailey. Then to make things worse, she ran to catch up with him and she fell, and Justin didn't even help her up. I'm just saying, when he was with Selena, he never treated her like this, so I think the problem here is Hailey. Then there's the fact that in 2022, during an interview with Apple Music's Ebro Darren, shared exclusively with People, Justin opened up about his mental health journey and some of the harder truths his marriage helped him face. It's a journey. I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems, and it didn't, Justin said. It just kind of was a reflection of like, man, you're a bit of a hypocrite, man. You want your wife to do something that you're not doing, and it's like, it's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and really have to realize, man, maybe you're not the person you necessarily thought you were, he continued. And that's just a result of trauma and life circumstances. Now, Justin and Hailey Bieber's marriage has always been overshadowed by Selena Gomez. Now, Hailey used to be a mega fan of Selena and Justin, as she also thought they were the cutest couple ever. You can tell through her social media profiles, especially from things she put on Twitter, which are actually still up today. One tweet posted in May 2011 read, "I'm for sure 100% Team Jelena," while another said, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Now, a year later, in 2012, Hailey tweeted that Selena is beyond flawless, and he's, Bieber. She also added, "They are the perfect relationship, forever alone." Now, she'd also talk about how much she loves Selena and would promote Selena's new projects, and she definitely was a super fan, and it is honestly a little unsettling. Also, in recent years with being with Justin, Hailey has followed and liked posts from Selena's fans, and she's been caught Googling Selena-related things. Then in 2023, things got interesting as Selena and Hailey seemed to have a full-on feud. Well, at least the internet thought so. Everyone then turned on Hailey for being a mean girl. You see, Selena posted a TikTok saying she'd accidentally laminated her brows too much. She was poking fun at herself, but then Kylie Jenner posted a photo of herself on her Instagram story with the words, "This was an accident," written over her eyebrows, and then another story showing a screenshot of her FaceTiming Hailey with their cameras close to their eyebrows. Selena fans then accused the pair of making fun of Selena. And then there was also another incident. At the beginning of 2023, Selena was spotted on a boat and paparazzi took photos of her. Now, Selena has lupus and she had a kidney transplant, so all the medication she's on makes her weight fluctuate. Now, at this point when the photos were taken, Selena had put on some more weight than people were used to seeing her with. Now, this led to intense body shaming, and Hailey just had to join the hate train. In a now deleted TikTok, Hailey, Kendall Jenner, and one of their other friends posted a video and mouthed to the audio, "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." Now, many people think this was aimed at Selena. When another user made a point of this, Selena commented, "It's okay, I don't let these things get me down, be nice to everyone." It seems like she's not too bothered, and I'm glad she doesn't let these things get to her, but she definitely knows that Hailey was shading her, and I'm sure that doesn't feel too good. Now, over the past couple years, Justin and Hailey have seemed to have had a lot of issues. In April 2024, people were convinced that the couple divorced in private as they were not seen together Easter weekend, and there were a lot of blind items going around on TikTok about the couple. And I mean, they haven't had the best couple of years. Yes, they did welcome their son Jack Blues last year, but that didn't seem to fix their marriage. If anything, it seems to have made it worse. Then earlier that year too, Hailey's father Stephen Baldwin made a social media post saying, "Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them, to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord," adding, "There are special challenges that folks in high visibility positions face." Then there was the fact that Justin unfollowed Hailey on Instagram last month. People went crazy, thinking that they finally ended things, but hours later Justin came back online to set the record straight. He shared an Instagram story where he said that someone had managed to gain access to his account and unfollow Hailey. "Someone went on my account and unfollowed my wife," he wrote over a white background. "Shh, is getting sus out here." But then, hours later, the story was deleted. Weird. And recently, there's been lots of reports that the couple have been struggling since the birth of their son. Sources told DailyMail.com that Hailey's friends are growing increasingly concerned about Justin's unacceptable behavior, with some reportedly urging her to leave the musician. Hailey's been struggling with Justin almost since the start of the marriage, an insider said last week. She loves him madly, but he's a loose cannon. Some of her friends have advised her to go at it alone and leave him, the source shared. His behavior is sometimes unacceptable, she's put up with a lot. So hey, maybe the couple is on the verge of divorcing, we'll just have to wait and see.
Pop star Justin Bieber has recently stepped out looking worse for wear, and fans are getting worried. From rumors of divorce, Diddy, to being a new dad, we'll get into it all today, so stick around. On February 3rd, a paparazzi picture of Justin Bieber was posted to Twitter, and it quickly gathered millions of views and thousands of replies from believers and concerned members of the public. Overall, people were expressing concern at the star's sullen appearance. Thou shalt not lie, Bieber does look pretty tired in the photo, but it also looks like it was taken mid-blink, which definitely doesn't help the look. The kinder half of the responses were sharing well wishes or speculating that just maybe Bieber has been so exhausted lately due to his newborn at home. The other half of the speculation was not as nice, accusing the Canadian star of using substances and comparing him to different haggard pop culture characters. Bieber's seemingly signature fashion didn't help matters either. He tends to go for an oversized, layered look, something that many people online online are not huge fans of. The night before, on February 2nd, Bieber was spotted out again, and these photos went viral because it was Grammys night and people were wondering why the star didn't attend. These images on their own might cause fans to worry, but the reason everyone is really freaking out is because they come after months of odd behavior in social media messages. And this is where the rumors of divorce from wife of 6 years Hailey Bieber come in. Beliebers were sent into a tizzy in January of this year when Justin unfollowed Hailey on Instagram. He also unfollowed a few other people as well that were close to him at various points in his career, like a past bodyguard, etc. But a past bodyguard is one thing, your wife is a whole other situation, especially when you're the type of celebrity that actually follows people on Instagram and doesn't just keep it at a neutral zero. Once it was noticed, the divorce rumors that have existed since the couple's wedding day picked up again. It was to the point where Bieber made a statement on his Instagram to explain what happened. He shared a story sharing that he was hacked and the person specifically unfollowed his wife. Considering how much criticism this couple receives, it's not surprising that someone would hack into his social media just to do that. Once everything was cleared up, people did notice the holes in the story. Bieber had recently made posts about Hailey and refollowed her pretty quickly after she was unfollowed. After it all was resolved, Hailey posted pictures of the family on vacation just to really hammer the point home that things were all good. Another reason people might have reacted so strongly is because Justin has been making interesting posts to his Instagram stories before that and more recently that make it seem like they are sending messages. Bieber didn't help the split rumors when he posted an odd caption to the Instagram story. Technically, he didn't write the caption himself, but when your relationship is already being subject to rumors of divorce, it certainly doesn't help if it is written by you or not. The Instagram reel was of some young ones, random, not related to Bieber at all, dancing and swearing up after returning from their other parents' house. The poster of the video, again not Bieber, wrote the caption, "Co-parenting is failing like TF." Bieber then reposted this on his story. Despite him not penning the caption, people were quick to apply it to his marriage. Even though they recently had a child, people still believe that Justin and Hailey had split up, and then you pair those theories with Bieber posting a message about co-parenting, and in the eyes of the online jury, it might as well be fact. According to a source that spoke to The Sun, the couple can allegedly go for days without even speaking to each other. This claim, and the reposted Instagram reel from Justin's story, and the unfollowing debacle aren't amazing for the look of the overall situation. But breakup and divorce rumors have plagued this poor couple since they started dating. There's a number of reasons for that. Justin had a bad boy image, people still wanted him and ex Selena Gomez to get back together, the public just wasn't a huge fan of Hailey, and the list just goes on and on and on. Justin Bieber's past relationship with one rapper has recently become a main topic of interest over the past year and a bit, and that rapper is none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Of course, you are all probably well aware of the developing Diddy case. For a more detailed breakdown of everything, check out some of the other videos on this channel. We talk about it a lot with all the new info that keeps coming out, but to briefly summarize, Diddy has been accused by many people of acting inappropriately towards them or putting them in situations where they experienced harm. He was arrested for it and awaits trial that will take place in just a few months. However, many people speculate that Diddy has hurt way more people than those that have come forward, including a young Justin Bieber. Bieber and Diddy go way back. Bieber was a huge fan of the rappers. He had also signed on with Usher, who was kind of like Diddy's protege at the time. Bieber expressed a want to meet Diddy. He even produced a song for him, and with the Beliebers' help, Diddy's attention was grabbed, and Justin soon found himself invited to spend 2 days with the man. In a short video posted to his YouTube channel, Justin Bieber treated fans to a quick look at his new friendship with Combs. At the time, this was super exciting because no one knew how terrible Diddy was. Everyone just knew him as the really cool party guy. In the current era, the video is going viral and people can't help but express concern for the young star and speculate about what could have happened over the 48 hours. In the video, Diddy says that the pair were going to have the time of their lives, but he couldn't share exactly what they would be doing or where they would be. He couldn't disclose that info but assured viewers that it would definitely be a 15-year-old's dream and that the two would be going full crazy. Diddy joked that he was Bieber's legal guardian for the next 48 hours, which wasn't true of course, even though Bieber was entrusted to him for that period. However, Diddy did have experience being a legal guardian. He was Usher's guardian when he was helping produce his first album. Usher was sent to spend a year with Diddy to learn how to be edgier by the people that first signed him. Usher spoke out about his time under Diddy's care all the way back in 2016, if you can believe it. An appearance on the Howard Stern show revealed that Diddy's parties were so wild, it was hard for a young Usher to grasp everything that was happening around him. He said, "I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at. Stern later on asked Usher if he would ever consider sending his own family to a Puffy flavor camp, the nickname given to Diddy's teaching swagger thing. Usher was very, very clear that that would never happen. But over a decade before this interview took place, Usher was interviewed by Rolling Stone and he gave even more details about his time with Diddy. The 2004 interview featured quotes about his time spent with the rapper like, "There was always girls around, you'd open a door and see someone doing it." He also said that Combs essentially introduced him to a whole new aspect of life, and I am referring to the intimate kind. So yeah, Usher has said a lot of things that were clearly red flags, but we just didn't have the eyes to see them at the time. And that's seemingly what people are realizing now with Bieber. Not only was there the 48 Hours with Diddy video, but also a 2020 interview Bieber did with Apple Music in which he was very clear in letting viewers know that he felt protective over newer artists, like Billie Eilish, because he didn't want her to go through anything he went through. He wouldn't wish that upon anybody. At the time, these quotes were framed by sentiments about people loving you one minute and then hating you the next, or about the lack of loyalty in the industry and people turning their backs on you at the drop of a hat. So people just kind of assumed that Bieber was only referencing the tough time he had growing up in the public eye. No one realized that maybe there were things happening behind closed doors that would be equally as difficult to deal with. Bieber also said that should Billie ever need help, he would be a call away. Of course, no one can be 100% sure that Bieber did experience anything untoward unless he decides to come forward with a statement. But some online theorists speculate that Bieber has been making statements. Again, we just didn't have the eyes to see them at the time. Just a few months ago, Bieber's Yummy music video gained traction again after people speculated that there was a hidden meaning, citing things like odd food and older party guests constantly sharing their meals with Bieber. Then towards the end, there was the dancers dressed in white that now remind people of Diddy's infamous white parties that were allegedly the backdrop for many of his transgressions. The video ends with a shot of the plate Bieber was eating off of, showing a picture of Little Him with Yummy written under. At the time, this was just a cute picture and the song title, but now people think it's Bieber's way of saying that he was served on a plate or that Little Him was considered a treat to party guests. People began to recall how desperate Bieber was at the time of the song's release to get it out there. People were originally put off by how much Bieber was pushing the track and trying to get people to view the music video, but if the theories are true, it makes more sense today. Obviously, we hope that Bieber didn't go through any of this, but if he did, we hope that he's in a better place and experiencing joy with his family.
And thank you for doing this. You look gorgeous, obviously.
Hey!
Look at us two. We're a happy married family.
That's so cool.
Hailey, are you worried about Selena? That Justin might get back with Selena and things will be over for Jaylee?
You're so lame, bro. Like, you know, all that information is so lame.
I did something that really hurt him. I did something very immature and stupid. It damaged the idea of me for you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Justin and Hailey Bieber have welcomed their first child into the world, but with Justin's anger issues, how he treats fans, and the fact that Hailey is obsessed with his ex, it might not have been the best choice. As you might recall, last year, Hailey and Justin's ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez had some drama online. Now during this, fans did some digging and discovered that Hailey was secretly obsessed with Selena, and it was honestly just scary. For starters, Hailey used to be a mega fan of Selena and Justin, and she thought they were the cutest couple ever. You can tell through her social media profiles, especially from things she put on Twitter, which are still up today. One tweet posted in May 2011 read, "I'm for sure 100% team #Jelena," while another said, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Now when she was younger, she'd also go and stalk Selena and Justin to be able to see them, which is honestly just creepy. Then there's the fact that she copies everything that Selena does. Hailey has copied Selena's outfits more than 20 times, which is just insane to me. In 2015, Selena performed her song Same Old Love at the AMAs in a black bra and shorts accompanied by a sheer jumpsuit with jewels all over it that kinda look like dots. Then Hailey did this same thing. She wears a black bra with shorts and over it is a sheer black dress with dots on it. Selena wears a pink turtleneck dress with with her hair up at a bizarre party, and Hailey wears the same thing to the Met Gala. Selena partners with Louis Vuitton for the Met Gala, and Hailey wears the exact same thing shortly after. Then there's the tattoos. Selena has a lowercase g behind her left ear for her little sister Gracie, who was born in 2013. Now Hailey has one too though, in the exact same spot, and no one really knows why. It's rumored that she got it as a tribute to the daughter of Zoe church pastor Chad Vetch G for Georgia, who was born in 2012 with a rare disease. Now the tattoo is supposed to act as a reminder to pray for Georgia. Even if this was the reason Hailey got it, did she really need to get it in the same spot, on the same side, and in the same font too? Also, when Selena and Justin were dating, Selena had a promise ring from him that had the letter J on it. Then on Hailey and Justin's anniversary, Hailey got a J tattooed on her finger, but it's in the exact same style and font as Selena's ring was. Now this is just plain creepy. And then there's her copying Selena's side ventures. Selena is an actress and a singer, but she also has a cooking show and a beauty line that has made her a billionaire. Hailey once again had to copy all of this. Selena has had a cooking show on HBO called Selena and Chef since 2020. There have been 4 seasons of the show, and each episode features Selena tackling a new cuisine and guest stars a different professional chef, where they cover tips and tricks for how to deal with disasters in the kitchen. Now for each episode, the show donates $10,000 to the charity of the chef's choice, often food related. Now the show is filmed in her house, and to start off her show she says, "This is my real home, everything that we're doing is at home, this is my amazing kitchen," which is also the set. Now Hailey also created a cooking show on her YouTube channel called What's in My Kitchen in 2022. When Hailey started off her show, she also said, "Yes, we are actually in my real kitchen, in my real house. This is not a set, this is where I really live." Now this was literally the exact same thing. Selena also has an okie dokie jar on her set because she says it so much, and recently Hailey has said it too, which is a phrase that she's never really used before. Moving on to the beauty line. On September 3rd, 2020, Selena released her makeup line Rare Beauty. Then in 2022, Hailey released Rhode Beauty, a skincare line. Now Selena had been working on her brand for a while, and it seems like Hailey's just really came out of nowhere. This might be because Rare Beauty is one of the best-selling celebrity beauty brands, and for Selena this is a passion project, but for Hailey it seems more like a cash grab. One of the things that makes Rare Beauty stand out is that it really focuses on mental health. The company created the Rare Impact Fund, which is a part of Rare Beauty's commitment to give people access to the resources they need to support their mental health. Rare Beauty donates 1% of all sales to the Rare Impact Fund and raises additional funds with foundations, corporate partners, and individuals in our community to increase access to mental health services in educational settings. Now they have truly done amazing work, but then Hailey had to copy it. Hailey created the Rhodes Futures Foundation, and it is investing in supporting 1,000 women and their families by 2023, they said. Now they had partnered with 3 organizations that provide women with the resources needed to direct their own futures. Rhode has committed a minimum of 1% of sales to support their efforts and the women they serve. And listen, I think there should be more mental health foundations, and I'm for helping everyone. What Rare Beauty and Rhode Beauty are doing for individuals is great, but I don't think Hailey truly thought of this on her own or really cares. She just did it to copy Selena. Moving on to Justin, he is known to have a temper, both with fans, paparazzi, and strangers. Now Justin has actually hit at least 2 different photographers with his car. Back in 2016, when Justin went on tour in Barcelona, Spain, a fan ran up to his car and stuck his hand in the window, and the singer then instantly punched the fan in the face, making his lip bleed. Back then, the video of the incident was caught on camera. Then one time, Justin was involved in a verbal altercation with paparazzi outside his Park Lane hotel. In the footage, the 19-year-old is seen pushing a member of the press out of the way as he climbs into a waiting car. Now the paps yell at him, and this causes Justin to exit the car and confront the cameraman. His bodyguards held him back, and he got back into the vehicle and drove away. Now there are actually a lot of videos of Justin yelling at the paparazzi. Then in 2015, Justin was ordered by a court to complete 12 anger management classes after he pled no contest to a vandalism charge in 2014. You see, Justin was charged with a misdemeanor after he egged his former Calabasas, California neighbor's home and caused more than $800,000 $100,000 in damage. Now, you may think this behavior is a thing of the past, but it's not. And to prove it further, in August of this year, a source said Justin does not seem to be in a great place. He's been snapping a lot in public and freaking out over meaningless stuff. It's obvious that he's stressed and not coping very well with his emotions. And a lot of people in his life would love to see him to get some coaching on how to better manage his anger. Then there's the fact that Hailey is a nepo baby. Hailey's father is Stephen Baldwin, and she was pretty much given her career from her family. Now, some people have even called her a double nepo baby, as she's also gained recognition since she married Justin. She's literally known for being Justin's wife, and I mean, I didn't know who she was until they got married. It appears that she gets everything handed to her and that she doesn't work hard. Now, after a lot of the nepo baby discourse the past couple of years, Hailey called the paparazzi on herself to a parking garage so they could take photos of her in jeans and a shirt that said nepo baby. Honestly, it was just embarrassing. And finally, there's the fact that Justin is obviously still in love with Selena Gomez. I mean, he has a tattoo of Selena on his arm, and let me say, it'd be super easy to get it covered up, but he hasn't. I mean, him and Selena had been in an on and off relationship for almost a decade. Maybe there's a part of him that thinks they might get back together. You see, in 2018, Justin and Selena got back together, and they were seen out and about and seemed happy together, but then they broke up in May. Now, after that, Justin went right back to Hailey, and in July, they got engaged. Yes, just 2 months after he and Selena broke up, he proposed to Hailey. Now, there's no way he got over Selena that quickly. It's even been rumored that he proposed to Selena and she said no, so they broke up, and then Justin recycled the ring and gave it to Hailey, who said yes. Now, the whole timeline is just so wonky, and I have a strong feeling that things will go south with Justin and Hailey soon.
Would you believe me if I told you Justin Bieber has paid a pretty penny to keep some dark secrets out of the public eye? Decide for yourself. Well, Justin Bieber was spotted in a brothel in Brazil. When Bieber went on tour in Brazil in 2013, it is alleged that he was spotted and photographed leaving a brothel in Rio de Janeiro. Now, days after the brothel visit, a Brazilian model leaked a video of Bieber sleeping in a bed. Before the woman's identity was known, Bieber's team had to defend him against escort service allegations. Now, she reportedly was one of 50 people invited to a concert after party and took the footage of the then 19-year-old pop star sleeping after he had fallen asleep on the couch during the party. The incident sparked widespread media attention and public controversy. Bieber denied the reports, but the photos and videos didn't lie, which led to significant backlash against him, with many people criticizing his behavior as irresponsible and immature. I mean, he was only 19 years old, so, you know, what do you expect? Bieber did later apologize for his actions and said that he made a mistake and was taking steps to learn from the experience. It was alleged that he actually initially tried to cover the whole thing up and offered to pay reporters and allegedly the woman who had the evidence as well. And while that didn't work out completely, it didn't actually have a lasting effect on his status, as he would go on to become even more popular. Justin Bieber had the need for speed. The singer was accused of speeding through his Calabasas, California neighborhood by former NFL player Keyshawn Johnson. In 2013, former NFL star Keyshawn Johnson confronted Justin Bieber about speeding through a gated community in Calabasas. Johnson was outside with his daughter when he saw Bieber driving a white Ferrari way too fast. Johnson actually followed Bieber to his home and tried to talk to him about his driving. Bieber went inside his house without speaking to him at all. Police investigated Bieber for reckless driving, but Bieber's friend, rapper Tyler, the Creator, claimed that he was the one actually driving the car. Johnson had said, "All I want to do is protect my kids. I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old at home." Another retired football player, Eric Dickerson, tweeted angrily about Bieber's reckless driving. You know, he said, "I live in Calabasas too, and Justin Bieber needs to slow his acts down. I used to have a white Ferrari too, but I knew the speed limit in my neighborhoods where kids played." Bieber's representatives, have denied that the singer was driving the vehicle vehicle, though authorities have heard from several witnesses who say they saw him behind the wheel. The sheriff's spokesman, Steve Whitmore, actually told the LA Times at the time Mr. Bieber is making statements through others that he was not driving, adding that the singer had refused to talk to officers who showed up at his house. He continued to say if he wants to set the record straight, he should contact us for a sit-down, thorough interview. Police had reportedly been interviewing locals and collecting surveillance video. Whitmore said if this actually did occur, which it appears that it did, it is unacceptable behavior from anybody, anywhere, anytime. Bieber has been cautioned, for speeding several times before this, and it's alleged that Justin was so embarrassed by this attention around, all of this that he tried to actually pay the former NFL player some hush money to keep it quiet and out of the public's knowledge, but we know how that went. Justin Bieber's viral song allegedly exposes dark secrets from Diddy's infamous parties. Now, a song allegedly referencing Sean Diddy Combs' parties has recently begun circulating on social media, with claims of being linked to Justin Bieber. In April of 2024, videos circulating on social media platforms quickly garnered hundreds of thousands of views in just a few days. The song's circulation comes in the wake of allegations against Diddy related to SA and exploitation of women. Now, prosecutors allege that Diddy leveraged his business empire to carry out these crimes, sparking renewed interest in the viral track. The song's lyrics dive into a story of disappointment with celebrity and wealth as experienced by Bieber at every single Diddy party. The initial verse of the song begins with the following lines: "Lost myself at a Diddy party, didn't know that's how it would go. I was in it for a new Ferrari, but it cost me way more than my soul. Wasn't worth all the fortune and fame." This seemingly references Diddy's infamous white parties, which reportedly turned into these freak-offs. Now, despite the lack of solid proof supporting the legitimacy of this particular song, there were no official validations from reputable sources or media channels. Numerous individuals on the internet dismissed it as a composition created by artificial intelligence. One person on X actually wrote, "This is supposedly AI generated. Is it really Justin's song and they're claiming it to be, AI, or is it really AI? Because it sounds like the real voice, but then again, AI is so advanced now you can literally get legal advice from it." This comes following reports from Bieber, expressing regret over his collaboration with Diddy in light of the recent events. Bieber was signed by Combs' protege Usher in 2008, and while many social media users do believe the song was AI generated, others speculate that it might be an unreleased Bieber track. As of now, the song has been used in thousands of videos across platforms, and Justin has not spoken out about this. He hasn't denied it or confirmed the allegations at all, but a source told a very popular news blog that Justin allegedly tried to pay off these celebrity gossip sites to keep this story from circulating. So either he has something to hide or just has enough problems of his own, and doesn't want his name involved with Diddy in any way. And honestly, I don't blame him for that if that's the case. Justin Bieber hoped Anne Frank would have been a believer. Now, in 2013, which obviously was just a diabolical year for Justin, the Biebs stopped by the Anne Frank house while in Amsterdam and sure left his mark at the historic landmark. He wrote in a guest book at the museum, "Truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer." Shortly after his visit, the singer was hit by a wave of angry messages on social media. The museum, actually defended the star, but added the comment, that it wasn't very sensible. The suggestion that, had she lived today, the teenager would have been a believer, which is a term used by his devoted fans to describe themselves, generated thousands of horrified responses on social networking websites. One person on Twitter actually wrote, "Just saw what Justin Bieber wrote in the Anne Frank Museum guest book, absolutely disgusted," with another person saying, "Way to turn an inspiring moment into something about yourself." However, museum spokesperson Machi Mostar defended the young star to the BBC, saying, "He's 19, it's a crazy life he's living, he didn't mean bad, and also it's nice that he made the effort, he didn't have to come here." Despite the conflicting opinions, it was reported that Bieber allegedly didn't want this information to reach the US or Canada, and he attempted to quietly pay off the press in order not to release the details, but it was too late at that point and the damage had been done. Justin Bieber got arrested for DUI after being caught drag racing in his yellow Lamborghini. Justin Bieber was arrested for DUI, resisting arrest, and driving without a valid license in Miami Beach back in January of 2014. Now, upon leaving jail later that day, the singer actually sat up on the roof of his awaiting car and waved to his fans. He was also charged with resisting arrest. The officer pulled Bieber's car over over, but the singer was not cooperating with the officer's instructions. The cop said at first he was like a little belligerent, using some, very choice words, questioning why he was being stopped and why the officer was even questioning him. Bieber asked the police officer who pulled him over just after 4 a.m., "What the F did I do? Why did you stop me?" The arrest almost describes Bieber as having like a very flushed face, bloodshot eyes, and the odor of alcohol in his breath. Bieber did fail a sobriety test. He was released from a Miami jail an hour after he made a brief appearance through a video link before a Miami judge who set a very standard $2,500 bond. He strutted out of jail dressed in all black with a baggy hoodie covering his head. His pants appeared to be baggy, some sort of leather or pleather, and Bieber briefly sat on the top of a black Cadillac Escalade where he waved to his screaming fans before he was then chauffeured away. Justin struck paparazzi with his truck back in July of 2017. Police said the singer struck a paparazzo with his truck while trying to drive away from an event in Beverly Hills. Video that was obtained by TMZ shows Bieber getting into his truck as several photographers take photos around him. The photographers ask the singer, "Hey, what's up with you, Biebs? How have you been, my man?" As the singer slowly pulls forward, one of the photographers actually steps towards the truck on the passenger side, gets hit, and falls to the ground. The accident happened near the Saban Theater, which, was holding a city church service. Now, Bieber had been spotted in the LA area after canceling the rest of his worldwide tour due to unforeseen circumstances. After Bieber, was spotted by TMZ near the beach in Southern California, Bieber said he had plans on just resting and getting some relaxation. But videos from the incident appeared to show Bieber attempting to aid the man that he actually hit. Bieber says to the man, "The car didn't run you over though." The man then tells Bieber that the tire did run over his leg. I guess it was too late then to say sorry, but Bieber then asks him, as he touches the man's leg, "The tire ran all the way over you?" At one point, Bieber turns to the paparazzi and sarcastically asks them if they're getting enough footage of the man lying on the ground. The man is eventually put on a stretcher and actually wheeled to an ambulance. The 57-year-old man was taken to a nearby hospital with just minor injuries and no citations were issued.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
A lot of answers. We have some answers, but there's a lot of answers that we still need. And as we know, things seem uncertain.
I had a lot of money and a lot of things, so then you have all these people around me just kind of hanging on, wanting stuff from me, knowing that I was living this lifestyle that they also wanted to live.
Okay. I'm a fan actually, I'm not one of them, I swear to God.
No, just asking what kind of juice you like.
I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
On April 14th, Justin Bieber surprised the Coachella crowd when he joined another artist on stage for a song, and although pleasantly delighting his fans, his recent music show appearance also sparked concern amongst a lot of people because they were kind of worried about him spiraling again. This singer has had a roller coaster's worth of a journey with severe ups and downs, at least according to sources that have told the media. Well, when you think about it, he's grappled with Lyme disease, depression, anger management, and he's previously acknowledged his frequent intake of substances, as well as his reliance on some pretty heavy things during his rock bottom moments. Now, insiders have also proclaimed that Coachella was indeed a huge accomplishment for Justin, but he's still very fragile. Now, the ongoing lawsuits that are fixated on blowing the lid off of Puff Daddy have also tapped Justin's name now and then, so with a lot of videos featuring Puffy blasting into the present from the past and going viral upon resurfacing, a concerning vision of Justin's early days in Hollywood have also come into focus. Multiple re-emerging clips have focused on unhealthy and creepy looks at Justin's connection with Puffy in his early days as a star who rose to fame. His fans have raised fears of Justin possibly having witnessed the worst and darkest sides of Hollywood, especially with more and more cases of ickiness coming into light. A lot of folks worry about how Justin's spiraling mental health at present could maybe be attributed to the unspoken heinous misconduct that might have happened behind the curtains. So folks, to put put it simply, if we're putting two and two together, Justin's fans have been on the edge online and have frequently voiced their anxious thoughts. And adding to the hot mess, Bieber took to his Instagram account on April 27th to share a bunch of photos, and two of which were very worrying because a lot of folks noticed in those photos his eyes were filling up with tears. Now, sharing multiple posts on Instagram, he also showered his loved ones from the industry with a lot of adoration, and he shared an endless streak of photos of the members of his found family, including his wife, his longtime buddies, and many others. But we gotta go back to the tears, because even though those other posts were bubbling with energy and happiness, with a lot of clicks capturing him in his element on stage or leisurely golfing and making the most of Serenity by the beach, fans like myself just couldn't ignore those two photos where you can see his eyes welling up, linking it all with the unsaid truth and the potential horror of being exposed to showbiz at a young age. Worried fans correlated his gloomy mood in the photos to him crying out for help. Comments like, "I feel for him, he's crying out for help," and Lord only knows what his parents allowed to happen to him just for fame, have become common staples on social media. Now, somebody did say but he'll heal. I pray he does. Only God truly knows the monstrosity he had to face as the first ever young YouTube star. And a lot of folks were praying for his well-being, saying they really hope he's okay. He's had quite the life. A lot of fans have resorted to finding hidden meanings in his previous music releases, saying it's so sad he went through those things, if you listen to Lonely, you'll get what he meant. Now, despite being out of the loop about the reality in the case, a general response is just seeing the smile gradually fading from Justin's face over the years. A lot of folks are like, really, what's happening to Justin? He was so lively and happy in his earlier days. I hope he's okay. So to reference what I said earlier, I think the most disturbing thing is a lot of the resurfaced videos of Puff Daddy with Justin Bieber, and he's telling the camera that he's been given custody of Justin for 48 hours. Now, the clip that we can't show begins with Puff Daddy showing Bieber his sports car and was like, "Yeah, you can drive that once you can drive." And he's like, "You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Well, right now, Justin's having 48 hours with me. Now, we're having the time of our lives, we're hanging out, we're doing things we can't really disclose." And he's like, "Yeah, I've been given custody of him," which is an interesting phrase. He's like, he's signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album, which, once again, not something that gives you the warm and fuzzies. So then Puff Daddy asks Bieber what he wants to do, and Bieber's like, "Let's go get some girls." And the rapper's like, "Oh, man after my heart." Now, another clip taken in 2010 when Justin was older shows the singer stuttering and looking uncomfortable as Puffy's like, "Hey, why don't we hang out anymore?" Well, in a 2023 YouTube video titled "Justin Bieber's Mom Speaks Out," Bieber's mother claimed that the rapper offered Bieber all sorts of substances at his parties, and she was forced to intervene to protect her son. Well, if we're going back to 2021, there's some strange footage of the duo on, hanging out, and Puffy is patting his fingers on Bieber's chest, the other hand rests on his upper arm, and then he bops the other side of Justin's chest before going into a hug and whispering something, and all of it, just looking at it, makes me want to take a shower because it's just so gross. There is a video of Justin being touched and by various celebrities when he was around 18, and it's left a lot of folks shocked and uncomfortable. So while you might be in denial about how many years it's been since Bieber first entered the spotlight, it's a cold hard fact that Justin was kinda younger when he released the hit song Baby. His position as a global pop star meant that he was often caught on camera, and there's one video compiling some of the encounters he had with other A-listers that has really sparked debate over the way Justin was treated as he rose to fame. So the video, which was shared on TikTok, this whole compilation features a series of clips of people interacting with Justin while he appears to react uncomfortably. And as the shocking compilation continued, a lot of folks described all of this as gross and disturbing. One viewer said they felt bad for overlooking his discomfort. Another was like, Bieber should never have had to go through all of that. Back in 2019, Justin Bieber opened up on Instagram about his battle with depression, the diagnosis of which was publicly confirmed in February of that year, and he wrote in the caption, "Just wanted to keep you guys updated, been struggling a lot, just feeling super disconnected and weird." Now, this was an important step in his recovery, and although the star, who once again quickly rose to fame when he was kind of on the younger side of life, isn't worried about himself, saying, "I always bounce back, so I'm not just worried, just wanted to reach out and ask for you guys to pray for me," he did add that hey, now you gotta add that folks, we as onlookers should not dismiss his bravery, we should be taking this admission very seriously. One prominent psychologist put it best, saying, "I think young stars can be too easily influenced by the machine of stardom and fame and not realize that all that is being offered isn't actually in their interest. This can lead to feeling lost and overwhelmed overwhelmed and losing connection with self and others, which makes them particularly vulnerable to mental health problems. So for Bieber, even though his opening up was, very brave and courageous, it is a real indication that he is committed to his path of well-being. He's stepping up to be a role model for others, and he is sharing his lived experience of mental health difficulties and highlighting that there is no shame in being vulnerable. He's demonstrating that even if you lose yourself or lose your way, you can always find your way back to an authentic life. To us, average people, it might seem as though Bieber isn't from our universe. His issues couldn't have any impact on our daily lives, but they do, even if it is symbolically.
Does this look like a playground to you? This is a studio workplace, and you're disrupting me.
If you weren't so hot, I would have got rid of you a long time ago.
Babe, I can't, don't touch me right now.
Now that Stephen Baldwin is the father-in-law of one of the most beloved pop stars of the last couple of decades, earlier this year he shared a video posted to Insta of Justin Bieber, playing the guitar and singing "I Could Sing of Your Love Forever." Overlaid on the video were the words, "Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord." What does that mean? Because that seems to be pointing at trouble in the marriage. Unsurprisingly, Hailey is reportedly super angry about the whole thing. But is she angry because it's false? Or is she angry because her dad's revealing something that she wants to keep under wraps? Now, Hailey did dispel some internet speculation about her relationship in an Insta story, writing, "Just FYI, the stories and constant blind items I see on TikTok are 100% of the time wrong, made out of thin air, come from the land of delusion. So I know it may be fun feeding into these stories, but just know they're always false. XX, sorry to spoil it." Well, in February of 2022, Hailey did speak to Wall Street Journal magazine about why she didn't want to talk a lot about her marriage in interviews. She's like, "I just don't feel it worth it to me anymore when I have to try to have an open conversation with someone like you and then it gets taken out of context. The media loves to take a tiny blurb of something for clickbait. The media has always been a disgusting thing." So if you ask any fan of Justin, or maybe his famous ex Selena Gomez, chances are they'll tell you he's still majorly head over heels for Selena, and how quickly he'd supposedly drop his current wife for his old wifey. Well, this can be indicated through several things, but fans believe the most incriminating piece of information against Justin to prove this comes in the form of his Selena tattoo. And, well, his lack of removal of the tattoo. He was captured in a photo at his 29th birthday party during the first week of March of, I believe, last year, with one of his crewneck sleeves pulled up to allegedly show off his Selena tat. Now, the ink has been mildly covered, but a lot of people have stated that if Justin truly moved on, he would have fully removed it given its symbolism. Still, it may have been easier to just write over it rather than potentially damage his skin, but fans aren't convinced. They swear this is just another Justin tactic of not letting go of Selena, who has clearly moved on from what they formerly shared. So Hailey's supposedly mega obsession with Selena probably doesn't help her husband's desire to stay with her, a person he allegedly tried to move on from Selena with. Or at least that might be what Justin wants to convince people. Either way, many, but mainly Selena stans, have pointed out that Hailey's love for Selena is unhealthy, and it spiraled into jealousy and borderline hatred. So let's begin with Hailey's old tweets, where her love began. A young Hailey from 2011 to 2012 was constantly tweeting praises for Selena, including calling her hot and pretty on several occasions, wishing her a happy birthday while adding her on Twitter, and saying she and Justin were perfect. Now, the number of excessive messages from, little Hailey showed fans that a quick and potentially damaging obsession was growing. Over the years, Selena and Hailey have pretty much silently low-key been beefing. Now, this was partially blamed on Justin, who was seeing both women around the same time, but also massively on Hailey, who was accused of stealing Justin from Selena. However, one of the more recent moments of drama in history involved Hailey reportedly body shaming and mocking her husband's ex, and possibly bullying Selena with Kylie over her eyebrows. So even though everybody has denied this, we're talking Selena, everybody, fans have, once again, insisted the beef was Hailey's fault due to her, quote, wanting to be Selena so badly. So where was Justin in all of this? You may ask? Nobody knows. Justin and Hailey did prove earlier this year that they were still together by packing on the PDA at Coachella. They were together in the crowd at the festival and looked quite cozy as they listened to Lana Del Rey's set. The couple had their arms wrapped around each other, and Justin placed a smooch on his wife's head in a video. It was adorable. I loved it. It was cute. That same weekend, Justin took the stage for a surprise performance with Thames, and Hailey proudly shared videos from the set on her Instagram story. She also acknowledged the singer's birthday on March 1st with an Instagram post saying, 30 with like a lot of punctuation. That was fast. Words could never truly describe the beauty of who you are. Happy birthday to you, love of my life for life. She also included several PDA photos and videos of the pair. Very typical coupley stuff, you'll love to see it. Now, a source did speak to People about the couple's status, saying they're doing really well. They've been married for 5 years now, folks. They said there's no divorce, no truth to that whatsoever. They are very, very happy. Another source told Entertainment Tonight similarly, saying Justin and Hailey are continuing to support each other and help one another get through more difficult times as they always have. They are making an effort to do things that will help them create a bigger and brighter future. They are remaining committed to their faith and trying to stay positive. They are hopeful about the future and doing things to better themselves. As per a Nation Roar article from May of 2020, Justin once told Hailey while they were dating that he couldn't remain faithful to her. And while it seems he's managed to break that promise, thankfully, this still gave off the mindset of a cheater. Look, the phrase is, once a cheater, always a cheater for a reason. But once again, it is notable, we should mention, they've been happy, or at least what it seems like on the outside, because social media isn't everything. And they've remained pretty open about the intimacy and heavy topics of their marriage to the public. Justin even once admitted he wished he saved himself for marriage, which meant Hailey, of course. But a lot of folks were like, okay, he's just trying to appear dedicated to his wife, once again bringing back Selena into the conversation. Now, Justin has been accused of not being happy around his wife, and there are supposedly several reasons why. So according to Gossip Online, and just about any candid photo you can find of Hailey and Justin always looks uninterested or bored with Hailey, like he'd rather be anywhere but with her. But that could just be because he's bored with paparazzi. But hey, this does include public events like the infamous Lakers game the spouses attended with Kendall. At the time, Kendall was dating team player Devin Booker during the October game and was seated next to the couple cheering him on. Okay, there was another event, I believe it was the 29th birthday bash, we talked about that a little bit earlier, and even though he seemed excited in all the other photos, the ones with Hailey, not so much. Maybe he just doesn't have to appear happy around her. Body language experts on social media have claimed, given their history, that Justin isn't as in love with his wife as he lets on. But once again, folks, masking is a thing. Maybe he just feels comfortable enough not to be smiley. Even though they were nowhere near married at this point, Justin probably still gets a Bad Husband award for this next one. I'm thinking like a Razzie, but for husbands. So back in 2015, Justin and Hailey were in the middle of a crowd rush while exiting a Madison Avenue shop. It was captured online, it was like a little video clip, and you could see like an opening in a fence. It gave Justin and Hailey a clear path to escape the madness. With a skateboard in hand, Justin literally leaves Hailey behind, racing off into the decently empty street while Hailey is flailing around trying to catch up. When she did make it to the other side, she wound up flat on her rear end in Times Square, in front of hundreds of spectators, after accidentally tripping over the barricade. Fortunately, she got up really fast, ran after Justin just as quickly as she hit the floor. But like, still, dude, don't leave your wife behind. Save her. Be the gallant knight. Be the protector. Justin has been known to not stick up for Hailey. Like, insert the silence on the Selena drama. Aside from his single years old Instagram post that told fans he was happy with Hailey and for them to, essentially stay out of the couple's business, plus his disappearing Instagram story telling fans to stop hating on Hailey, he hasn't really been good at coming to his wife's defense. In fact, it's been Hailey catching a lot of the brunt of the hate, the backlash, and attention for a lot of things that Justin's kind of at fault for. He's left her to fend for herself so many times. Like when Hailey was the one who informed the Call Her Daddy podcast that she and Justin were only together when he and Selena weren't. It's not like anybody, didn't already know that, but it still would have been nice had Justin put his 2 cents on the matter to stop the hate that his wife was flooded with. Then of course you have people who actually think Justin's sickeningly here for the hate towards Hailey and plotting of his secret enjoyment.